Good morning to all YouTubers. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Reverend here, and you're watching the Anonymous Liberty Media, brought to you by the Worldwide Resistance Network, also known as TWWRN. Now, as human beings on this great planet of Mother Earth here, we find things so fascinating, so intriguing, so interesting. Now, we get so we're so intrigued by the plane, the car, the automobile, the train, ships and boats, technology, as you take it, as you will. We are so intrigued by all things that can get our attention. One of the things that get our attention is the term technology. Technology. It intrigues us. It surprises us. It's like a new frontier since the radio, the plane, the automobile, the first television set, talking pictures, and the pill. Of course, with the pill, you can't hack it. It's for a woman to protect herself from unwanted pregnancies, which is a good thing. Now, what makes technology so intriguing is that IBM built the first computer. The first computer came out during and after World War II. I'm thinking, now, a computer with a keyboard didn't come out until years later. To actually get your hands on a computer, you have to have a government job. See, the only way you touch a keyboard is when you're using a typewriter. People would put a piece of paper in there and type away. Type away. But over time, technology hit a huge milestone in the late 1970s and the very early 1980s. Now, two things came and still is here. One, the home computer and the cell phone. My God, the cell phone and the home computer became the big craze, even till this day. Now, want to know what's so funny about all this? Is that both have evolved over the last 36, 37, almost a little close to 40 years. Well, over 40 years. Okay, 40 years. Which is very interesting because companies like Apple, Microsoft, IBM, Ericsson, started to Motorola, they start to grow big as time goes by. As time goes by, the cell phone got bigger and bigger, then smaller and smaller. But kind of fluctuates because of the size of the phone. But what's so amazing about the cell phone is that over time you would get calls and you would call somebody, but you could text. You text. Short message service came around the late 90s, early 2000s, when phones started to get really more evolved in terms of not just receiving and making calls. You can also send and receive a text, which is a very big milestone in the cell phone industry. Now, companies like BlackBerry, they came out in the early 2000s, and the phones were pretty big, like that, like maybe like that. But you could text, make calls, and receive calls. But also, one of the best things, you could also send and receive an email. You could call and receive calls, send a text and receive a text, and now you could receive an email and email somebody. Amazing. Email. Now during the 90s, the only time your email was that you were on your home computer, which used dial-up. Now it's kind of funny that Steve Jobs, huge pioneer in the computer industry. Awesome. He created not just the computer, but also the Apple software itself. Really innovative and really amazing. I kid you not. Over time, both industries started to compete, but in a more different way. In a different way. Now, Apple brought out the iPhone. And the iPhone revolutionized the smartphone industry. Even though it was a cell phone, but it was a smartphone as well, because the industry evolved where phones have apps. Has apps that you could download on your phone. Was a big craze. You could message, receive message, file. You could download files on your little device. See, back then you would text, receive a text, make a call, receive a call. Then little ways you could email and receive an email. And companies like BlackBerry, they kind of went along with the ride. But what almost killed BlackBerry was the iPhone. And then Android came along. Android. Wow. Many phones were kind of like a computer, but the operating system was Android. See, you had Samsung. Samsung was a big user of the Android operating system. Now Alcatel, which I got a tablet, is run off Android Nougat. But we're not talking about the tablet yet. I went out this month. This month, and I went to pay my bill, and I was thinking, you know what? Time for a change, because what Apple did to its iPhone users started to slow down the iPhone a little bit on the older models, which is really messed up. I didn't want to go through that. So I thought, you know what? Maybe I could do a little upgrade, and hopefully that I won't have to upgrade for a very long time. So I went in to T-Mobile, did a little preview shopping, like seeing how it could, and I came across a HTC U11 powered by Android Snapdragon. Now the whole smart and subtle industry is competing against the computer industry. Now I would like to explain that why. Because the smartphone, as we all know, is part computer. It's basically a computer, basically. And you can do as much as you can on a laptop computer or a desktop computer. But you can receive emails and send emails. It's a good thing. If you're away from home or the office and you're doing some business, you get an email stating that yada 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 da 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 da, and it's business at hand. Now, the whole smartphone industry has really skyrocketed. I mean, Motorola got involved, Samsung got involved, BlackBerry, Apple, Google with the whole Android software and shit. And companies like HTC and Alcatel makes pretty good phones. Now, Alcatel made Alcatel One Touch XL, which was run on Windows, which I got. Now, I haven't been asked by anybody on why did I go from this phone to this phone to this one to this one. Are you trying to start a collection here? Honestly, no. I wanted a phone that I can rely on. See, we all rely on our phones for many reasons. A few of those reasons are understandable, important, but other reasons surely do not make any sense. Now, I want to explain the reason why. I find that really clear. Now, I came across a video about a couple weeks ago. It's this guy, he's interviewing a girl, interviewing for a job, a computer job, office job. And I would like to show you that video, if you don't mind. And it makes so much sense that hopefully he's asking the right questions, but she is giving the most weird answer. It really makes you want to think on how dumbed down are some of millennials are. And I think with that we do got some pretty smart millennials, but how educated are they really?
PowerPoint. No. Publisher. Amy, it says you are trained in technology. That's very good. Are you adept at Excel? No. PowerPoint. No. Publisher. No. Exactly in what area of technology are you proficient? Snapchat, Pinterest, Instagram, Vine, Twitter. You know, the big ones. I'm surprised you didn't say Facebook. That's for old people, like my parents. That's funny. Well, Amy, when you're working for me, you have to have those kind of research skills because I'll send you things for you to comb through and get the answers and send them to me. So for that, you've got to be really good at technology. For stuff like that, no problem. I'll just ask Siri. You'll just ask Siri? You know, Siri, tell me this. Siri, find me that. We're all good at getting you the answers. Tell Siri I want you ready to go at 8 sharp each and every morning. I don't understand. What don't you understand? What you just said. You don't understand. Be ready to go? No. You said 8, right? Yes. 8, like in the morning 8? Yes, in the morning. Yeah. That kind of doesn't work for me. Who gets up at 8? I do. I Skype with my friend's boyfriend in Paris until like 3 in the morning. I don't even get to Starbucks until like 10, where I order my grande chai tea latte, 3 pump skim milk, light water, 2% foam, extra hot, but not too hot. So if it's okay, I work best in the morning at 10:45. Wow. Maybe I don't think we're going to be a good fit. Why are you so negative? I can sense your hostilities, and right now I am not feeling very safe. I've been here for over 5 minutes, and the only nice thing you have said to me was nice resume, which I typed all night for this meeting with you. You've given me no guidance, no validation, no encouragement, no supervision. Is there an HR director somewhere? HR director? Yes, I need to speak to someone. You don't work here. Are you firing me? Okay, yes.
That right there is how far we've gone in term of technology. Some people know about it. Some people just throw out names of social media outlets. Have no clue, have no idea at all. I mean, over time, I mean, you kind of wonder. Now, I met a few millennials here and there, and there are some millennials that are totally different from their fellow millennial counterparts. And there's some that are like this chick here that I just showed you on my phone. And she's so into her phone that she's lost meaning of what this guy was saying. This is how far dumbed down some millennials have gone to. She listed up Instagram, Twitter, Vine, Pinterest, and so on and so forth, and whatnot. It's kind of funny that when he had asked, said, You forgot to mention Facebook. She started to laugh and said, "That's for old people like my parents." Facebook is for everybody. Twitter is for everybody. Instagram is for everybody. Vine is dead. Pinterest is for everybody. Snapchat is for everybody. You would think, what went wrong here? Okay. Now we've got these two industries. We've got the computer industry, the computer age. And we got little devices here. We are so relied on technology to get us through the day. Out goes the alarm clock. Out goes the video recorder. Out goes the camera. Out goes the notepad. Out goes a lot of things. I remember back in the day, you use a camera and you carried a thing where it was like a VHS tape in this thing, and you carried it while you're recording, making videos, recording. That's been obsolete. Now you got cameras in these things. And out goes answering machine. Out goes caller ID. Everything you think of is gone. It's all on these things now. I mean, each smartphone has its own web browser. Apple has Safari. Windows has Cortana. Well, they went from an Explorer to Microsoft Edge. But the thing is, Microsoft Edge is not secure. It's still an Explorer, but it's under a different name. Edge. They want you to use Edge. They don't want you to use Google Chrome or or Mozilla Firefox or any other web browser or search engine or any other web browser. They want you to use the modified version of Internet Explorer. Now, the big question I got is that, I mean, how can we, as a society, have the ability? I mean, we do. I mean, we got secure web browsers like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and Tor, and so on and so forth. But also, you have different agencies wanting a way to know what you're doing online, whether you're on your computer or your smart device. And I mean, it's intriguing on how information can intrigue some people. Okay. if we can be intrigued by the radio, the plane, the automobile, the talking pictures, television, the dream of going to the moon, and one day meet someone from another world. But it seems that information is more intriguing to some people because information is power. We're intrigued by power. We're intrigued by the information we have in our hands that we could bend people to our will. And why is that? I mean, ever since the Edward Snowden revelation, people have gone a lot smarter since the whole NSA bullshit happened. I mean, browsers like Globus VPN, or Fox, or Bot, and then you get your Google Chrome, and let's see, what else we got here? Mozilla Firefox. I mean, what's the one thing that we value very much? It's privacy. Privacy, yeah, privacy, of course. Privacy is what we enjoy. Privacy. But back then, when you want privacy, there were people that were wondering why is he so private? What is he hiding? Why is he hiding? And why is he so quiet and private? Well, the thing is, the term is minding one's own business, keeping to thyself. See, when somebody wants to be left alone, want to mind their own business, mind their own business. Even we want to be left alone and have a little privacy and a peace of mind, even with our own devices. And it's our own right to have that privacy. And why is it that people want to watch what you're doing? Go to church, go to school, go to work, you pay your taxes. I was watching a documentary they did back in 1971, and it took place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it dealt with surveillance. Oh yeah, surveillance. I mean, you have people just living their normal lives, going to work, going to school, going shopping, going to church, and just living normal everyday life. You could be walking down the street, all of a sudden taking your picture. Why? They put you on a dossier, figure out who you are, what you do for a living, Do you go to church? Are you part of any radical groups? Anti-war groups? Now, nowadays, to find out anything about you, they just took your internet source. Look who you are on the internet. Like I do is just type up your name, machine, it's all there. It's all there. Your name, your phone number, your address, contacts, everything is there about you. Everything about you. What you post on social media, what pictures you post, what articles you read, and whatnot. That is how they control masses. But they do it in a more of a sophisticated way. I mean, they go and they spy on colleges. They spy on you if you're a student or a teacher or a dean of any college. So, but nowadays, it's so much that colleges are trying to hinder your free speech. I mean, crap. It's the industry. It's doing it too. So through ads, through I mean, you can say anything. Say anything. All of a sudden, say you say something. All of a sudden, there's a little ad for what you were talking about. They listen. They listen. Right? They listen. But like I said, over time, these two industries evolved. Some for good, some for bad. Okay. Nowadays, to watch your phone, all I gotta do is go to your provider, your little carrier, because even though you're not a threat, even though you're not a threat to anybody, Big Brother, that's for them to decide, not you. Yeah. But in their eyes, in your eyes, you mind your own business. You mind your own business. You keep to yourself. You bother nobody. Just when we're left alone. But it seems that every time we try to be left alone, try to do where you ain't bother nobody, no one's bothering you. It seems that that term of wanting to be left alone is very impossible. Impossible, because you have individuals or a group that would probably think otherwise, that by you want to be left alone, you have something to hide. By you meaning, by you saying, you mind your own business, be left alone, and you don't bother nobody, or you don't want to bother anybody. You're just gonna be left alone, mind your own business, keep to yourself. That's how what we were raised to. We was like, we're raised to learn how to mind your own business, keep to yourself, and you bother nobody, and you're good. But somehow That's just not good enough. See, there are individuals or a group kind of wondering, why is he secluding himself away from everybody? What is he or she hiding? Maybe if he could kind of sneak over and know what they're doing. See, they got this program called See Something, Say Something. No. See something, say something. That means if you say something suspicious, say something. Right? Say something. But it seems to me that every time technology evolves, it becomes stranger and stranger by the day. See, as you can see, I'm not wearing a tinfoil hat. I'm wearing a regular hat, that's camouflage, and the American flag on it. Oh yeah. Or I could be wearing this hat, the American flag. Either way. Now, I've always had this question on if you had nothing to hide. You got certain people want to know, why do you want to have privacy, even though you had nothing to hide? Now, for example, you could be driving down the road, minding your own business, have a nice drive. You're following the law of the road. No speeding, no anything reckless. But you're driving, and all of a sudden, you get stopped. And the officer that stops you with no reason whatsoever to stop you, to pull you over, and says, the reason I pulled you over, I want to know who you are. I want to see your ID. And you're sitting there in your driver's seat, and you're kind of scratching your head, thinking, not speeding, not swerving out of control, wearing your seatbelt, your hands are on the wheel at 10-2, and your brakes working, your lights are working, everything's working on the vehicle. But out of the blue, you get stopped. The officer stops you and says, the reason I pulled you over, I want to know who you are. Kind of thinking, did I commit a crime or something? And so the police officer or highway patrol, or whatever you want to call him, has no reason to stop you unless you're committing a crime. If you were speeding, swerving, or driving recklessly, then there's a reason. But if you're driving safely, doing the speed limit, you're wearing your seatbelt, or handling the wheel at 10-2, you're going good. Right? Going good. But also, there's one reason is that, well, the reason I pulled you over because I smell dope. The car came by and I smelled marijuana or some kind of drug in your car, which, I mean, that's not going to be anything. Fast food, groceries, and you just got a nice hot chicken ready to feed the family with. But that's not, see, a cop wouldn't judge that. They were like, well, you might be a little more? No, we're going to offer it. The reason they want you to drop the window is a reason for you to pull your ass out of the car. Now, again, going back to technology, okay? They search you. They find your wallet, your keys, your smartphone here. In their mind, they're kind of wondering, what do we have on our phone? Anything, any drug contacts or any, in their minds, they will go for your phone for whatever reason that they think in their little minds. They can ask you to lock your phone, but they can demand you to unlock it. But if you don't do it, you're going to end up saying, well, we're going to place you under arrest, and we're going to take you to the station, and then we'll wait for a warrant to have you open your phone. See, cops always think of drugs, drug contacts, drug money. I mean, anything about drugs. If you have money, if you have money, but it does not pertain to any drugs or any of that matter, they will take your money and they would put it in their fake fund. Or they will take your phone and find anything pertaining to drugs. See, in the mind, it's that reason. But if you're a woman, and you got some provocative pictures on your phone, this is a explanation on why most male cops are fucking pigs. Okay? Look, example. It could be a woman, a female, that has, say, for example, provocative pictures on her phone. Provocative selfies. And what they'll do is they will download all those pictures onto a little thing, and they'll put it on their fucking shit, and pass around to all the guys in the department. Which, according is illegal, but do they care? No. Technology can be your own little worst enemy, but also your best friend. Now, Now, as well as with laptop computers, say a laptop, you could download all kinds of shit on your computer as well as you can do on your desktop computers, because the laptop has been outselling than desktop computers. People hardly ever use desktops anymore. They either use their laptop, tablet, or their smart device. But when it comes to very vindictive people, I'm saying in a relationship, holy shit, holy crap. You could deal with a vindictive ex-spouse or an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, and someone who could be very vindictive because you have certain friends who are really your friends, nothing beyond that. Or if you have a jealous girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife, whatever, and as human beings, we could think up some pretty stupid shit. I mean, if we spend a lot of time by ourselves, so to a certain point and degree, we would think of something so petty, so stupid, so insane, we would assume that our better half could be having an affair with somebody. Some of it may be not true, but what if it is true? It's 50-50 on proving the matter. But sometimes we could be out of mind. I mean, we could come up with some stupid shit as human beings. How I know? I've done it. And I've been called out for it before. That's why, in my age, I just don't mess with that. I stay away from it. I don't want any part of it at all. Just leave me alone. I'll mind my own business, keep myself. If it happened, it happened. Just let it go. So c'est la vie. That's it. Because all of a sudden, you could be with your significant other, and they get a call and say, "Well, not right now. I'm not right now. I'm bedtime with my better half. I'm just I'll call you later." And your better half would ask you, "Who's that? Who is she, or who is he?" If it was a guy or whatever. And it's meaningless. It's petty. Sometimes there's a good reason to ask questions because of a past incident. And it's kind of hard to want to know when your better half is awake. There's always a chance of waiting till they're asleep. Better half goes over and they try to find some way to get into the phone. They tried the passcode many times, don't work. And they tried the thumb thing, the thumb thing here, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. They tried, but it seems that there's a different way to unlock, a alternative way to unlock the phone. You can use your big toe. You can use your paw of your small dog. And sometimes for a guy, he could even use his dick. Now, if a guy asks the same question, say for example you're at Foster's Freeze having a burger and shit, now all of a sudden your woman's phone starts to ring after the whole time she's asking who you talking to, who called, and everything else. Then when it's her turn to ask the question, like personal business, and they get off that little grin. Yeah, right. Yeah, whatever. And back then you didn't have a passcode, or you didn't have the thumb thing, or because back then you didn't have social media. Only social media you got was you're in the bathroom talking, gossip and shit in the bathroom. But nowadays people are airing out their shit on social media and shit. If you want to socialize, social medialize, you down in the bar, or I mean, in schools you got girls going to the bathroom, gossiping and shit. Little guys with input. But now technology has made it more wide open for people. I mean, I'm intrigued by the term technology. I mean, you're thinking, you look at Star Wars and Star Trek, okay? The communication, how they communicate, is one thing. And how they encrypt and decrypt, how they encrypt signals, so two sides can talk. It's more like a and encryption. Talk. And that's I mean, you got WhatsApp, which has the and encryption. Back then you didn't have that. You didn't have and encryption where you talk to somebody and it's encrypted. Nobody can intercept those calls. See, ever since WhatsApp and a few other ones made things and encrypted, a lot of government agencies would try to get a warrant what is said between those two people who used and encryption to talk. So I mean, it's Big Brother at its worst, because they want to know what you were talking about with the other person that you were talking to on the end of that communication. That's how Brazil banned WhatsApp, because the UK wants to ban. David Cameron wants to, when he was Prime Minister, he wanted to ban WhatsApp and iMessage, because iMessage is also encrypted. It's and communication and shit. WhatsApp came and encrypted. Let me see here. I want to go to the Play Store. Manage your mobile and Wi-Fi data on no root device. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Don't need that shit. So. And to and to and encryption app. Okay. You got different apps here. Different apps here. You have Signal, Secure Call, Wickr, Proton Mail, it's email, Wire, Secure Message, Threema, SureSpot, Encrypted Message, SwissSafe, Secure Text, Private Text Messaging Secure, Box for Walkie-Talkie Messenger, Secure My Email, Transbox, Stonokia, Forstra. A lot of these companies right here they got emails that are encrypted, messages that are in and encrypted. And a lot have some add, some don't. Does it work? Maybe. Some have gone to Wickr and Signal, because Signal is pretty good. And it's one thing that really pisses off Big Brother, because when you're a company that creates an app where it's end-to-end encrypted, it means your communication's encrypted. It means it's safe to talk. It is safe to talk. Now, when you're also browsing the internet, before Tor, before any of these encrypted web browsers, you had Internet Explorer, which was not secure. The only way if you secure your browsing is you type HTTPS. Now you have Mozilla Firefox, you got Tor, you got Globus, you got Orbot, which is another version of Tor. Google Chrome, which are secure web browsers. Now, I remember when I first used my desktop computer, it was strictly Internet Explorer, big time, pig time. I downloaded Mozilla Firefox because it was a secure browser. I used it a lot until I began to have problems with my computer. I would call Microsoft, explain to them what's going on, and the one question they asked me, what browser are you using currently? I said, I'm using Mozilla Firefox. Oh, no. You have to use our stuff. You got to use our browser. You got to use Internet Explorer. Please delete and remove the Mozilla Firefox. Period. Why was Microsoft so afraid of Mozilla Firefox and other web browsers like that? Because they know that their Internet Explorer is not secure. Now, Google Chrome, Tor, Globus, Mozilla Firefox, are secure. You can browse the internet safely. And I mean, you can download Orbot, Tor. A lot of these Firefox Night is another. It's another browser. Let's see here. It's another version of Mozilla Firefox. It's secure. See, I don't know why at the time, why Windows was so afraid of Mozilla Firefox. Because when I was first putting internet on my computer, I was told the best browser to use is either Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome. I was told Google Chrome. And I've been using Google Chrome for a very long time. Very long time. Now, how technology is today. Okay, what do we got now today? We got self-driving cars. We got TVs spying on us, spying on its consumer, the person that bought the TV. We've got CIA that could hack an iPad, iPhone, and so on and so forth. My personal question is, why is the NSA, the FBI, spying on the entire country? I mean, there's people that do nothing wrong. They want to be left alone. They're spying on you through your finances, spying on you through your webcam. I mean, anything that they could think of, they're doing it. But with the technology we have now, we can reverse the fight back by hide your IP, encrypt your device, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Because how often do we surf the internet? Quite a bit, right? Quite a bit. For information, input, right? So, computers have evolved more advanced than 40 years ago, right? I mean, we got wireless mouses now. We got all kinds of shit these days. We even have smartphones that you can hack with. People back then would be like, you cannot hack with a smartphone, motherfucker. It's impossible. Totally impossible. You cannot hack a phone with a smartphone. It's impossible. Impossible. Well, to be honest, if you seriously think about it, truly think about it for a moment, okay? Let's all take a moment here. Take some time to really assess that question. Can you hack with your iPhone? What's the one thing you hack? What's the one thing you could hack with an iPhone, and that you could crack? Let's see. With the iPhone, the only thing I can think of is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. You could crack. You could hack a Wi-Fi. Crack a Wi-Fi password. Can you hack a phone with an iPhone? No, because the iPhone has certain limits. Can you hack with a Windows phone? No. No, can't. Because like the iPhone, a Windows phone has its limits. What's the one phone can you hack? And with what operating system? Can't do it with the iPhone, can't do it with the Windows phone. It's impossible. Because they have the limits. How can you? One phone operating device is the Android. The Android. Because something about the Android, I kind of gave a title to the phone, the operating system. The Android is a hacker's device. See, hackers won't fuck with the iPhone. A hacker will not fuck with a Windows phone because both have limits. Okay, but a hacker can use the Android. Because the Android, you can do simply a lot more. I'm not a hacker, and I don't claim to be one. The reason I like the Android because it has a lot to offer, just like the iPhone and the Windows Phone. Now, the Android has certain apps that they can offer. It offers on its Play Store. Okay? Now, if you want to be serious, I mean seriously, want to be hacking with your device here, you have to root it where you can turn your device into a hacking machine. Now, I've always wanted to ask this question, and it's a pretty good question to ask from where I'm sitting. Can a hacker hack into a system? Hack into a system where they leave no crumbs. They leave no technological crumbs. Because if you're a hacker and you leave crumbs, those crumbs can be traced to you, even though they're just crumbs. See, it takes time for a person or somebody to check out those Chromes. And there's a good chance that over time, that we trace to you. But Android, the system has a lot to offer, okay? A lot to offer here, okay? Not just encryption, and not just encryption and security shit. I've read and heard that most hackers, from what I understand, they will not touch an iPhone. The iPhone can't do much on it. Okay? Can't do much. But they could run a program on the Android. And with Android. They could run a program to put on their Android device. And they could do so much. That's why I christened the Android phone a hacker's phone. Because it has a lot to offer. But if you could hack a Windows phone, because of course on most computers is a Windows operating system. Same operating system that's on the Windows phone. Oh yeah. But can you hack the Windows phone? Good question. Do I think you can? Maybe. Has it happened? Don't know yet. But I know for sure from what I read and heard that and seeing that the Android device, the Android, can do a lot for a hacker. Whether you're a white, gray, or black hat hacker. Windows Phone is not a hacker's phone. A Windows Phone is not the hacker's phone. Most not. The Android is most definitely the hacker's phone. But what the smartphone, like I said earlier, from 2000 on, went from making calls, getting calls, sending a text, getting a text, sending an email and receiving an email, to more into the where you could take pictures, record a video, or surf the internet now. Surf the internet. Also, you can download apps on your device. Utility apps, social media apps, security apps, encryption apps. Any apps that's worth having, worth using. It seems the computer has gotten smaller in a very big way. Yeah, big way. See, that's why it intrigues a lot of people. The automobile, the plane, radio, television, talking pictures, FM radio, home computers. Yeah. Home computers. And the cell phone. And caller ID, answering machines, voicemail, emails, text, short message service. CD players. MP3 players, iPods, and now the iPhone, the smartphone. The tablet. It seems the MP3 player has gotten fat. I mean, you can do a lot on these little guys here. I mean, when you think of it, it could happen. Even sometimes we think it won't work. You could a lot of things on this thing. I mean, on a computer, you can do a lot. I mean, download files, share files, and whatnot. And I mean, you could now video chat on these guys here. Video chat. Skype came in. Bots. Face chat for the iPhone. You could video chat on Messenger. Oh yeah, you could video chat on Messenger. Even on Google, they have a part of the Google is that you can make phone calls from your very own computer. No bullshit. This is how far technology has gone. Big time, pig time. Holy crap! You got Skype. You got what else we got here? Let's see. Let's see here. You got Hangout. You got Messenger, which you could call and also video chat. You can do a lot. You could upload a video to YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Tumblr, and Twitter. You could send pictures to your friends and family. Say cheese or air biscuit. Pictures sent. But there's so much that you can do. It's amazing what you can do. I mean, holy crap. Could you imagine that shit? Could you imagine that shit? What you can do on your little mobile device. It's a technological Swiss Army knife of phones. What? First email service came in through AOL and shit. Yahoo came in. You got mail. I mean, just think about it. That phrase. You got mail. Very 90s nostalgia. Imagine 50 years from now. 50 years from now. And imagine having that one phone for 50 years. Same phone for 50 years. Still still kicking, still ticking. Imagine 50 years later, you have the same phone, still working, still kicking, still ticking. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you ask that one question. That one question. That question is lingering in the back of your mind for a very long time. And you wonder, why would anybody, and I mean anybody, who works for an agency whose most concern is how many people can we spy on and without them knowing. That's my question for all of you. How can they sit there behind those monitors, behind everything, listening in to everything you say, going into your devices, looking at every picture you took, every video you uploaded, every text message, every email read, every conversation heard? It's recorded, put in this little database, your name on it, of every picture you took, every video you recorded and uploaded, every text message and email you sent and received, every call, every conversation you had. In that little box with your name on it. Because they're so worried. They are so goddamn worried that you could be a threat to their national security. And you're just a ordinary guy goes to have a regular life routine by getting up every morning, get up, shower and shave, have your cup of coffee, be at the door, in your vehicle, go to work, or go to the doctor, go shopping, running errands, or whatnot. But the concern is you can be a spy, or you can be a terrorist sympathizer. And you're a regular guy, thinking, what is this guy doing? What is Jim doing? He's going to the doctor, going shopping. Uh-oh, he's going to go buy plain bagels this time instead of the blueberry ones. They worry about the food you eat, stuff you drink, what you drive, how much you're paying for your life, for your medical and life insurance. They worry about what vehicle you're driving, what doctor you see, what kind of work you do, what education you got your whole life since you was shot out of your mom's womb. They want to know what you do every day. They want to know where are you going, who you seeing, who you talking to, who you seeing on the side, who you're not seeing on the side, what lifestyle you're living, what stuff you do. Do you take drugs or don't take drugs? Are you handicapped, not handicapped? Are you sick, not sick? Mentally disturbed and not mentally disturbed? They want to know everything about you. Back in the day, all I had to do was watch you make any move. And then there, and just walk down the street, minding your own business. And now, instead of doing all that, you have a little device. They could go in, turn on your microphone. What's that? Because they're so worried that you can be seeing something pretty cool, but they didn't get what you said. That was so cool. See, that the concern is you can be saying some kind of code word. It's always a code word. It could be any word in the dictionary. It could be any word vocabulary. But when you say that so-called code word, you're like, uh-oh, he's a radicalist. He's a radical. He's an anti-war guy or person. We gotta lock him up. We gotta have heavy we gotta get more heavy on surveillance. But out who this person is, what they're doing. It's always, I mean, this is a Nazi thing, This is a full-blown Nazi tactic and shit. They picked it up from the Nazis because they were intrigued on how they did things. They are so intrigued on how the Nazis did things during the war. They're intrigued in the whole mind control thing, They're intrigued by certain weapons that they were using beyond their years. Right? I mean, you could be stuck at a border patrol checkpoint. They're asking you, are you a citizen? Do I look like a citizen? I don't know. That's That's not a reason why I stopped here. You can say, well, are you a citizen? It's obvious. So, someone said, some can be illegal, but if you ask, yeah. All right, move along. But it seems that these days, border, you be coming in from the border, coming back. Now it's that they could search your phone, search your computer, search your tablet. And if you don't give them a passcode or whatever to unlock your phone, your device, guess what? You're going to jail. They're gonna hold you until you give in, so they can look into your shit. Across the border, but it seems now that they need a warrant now to search your shit. Yeah, get a warrant. But you can't now. They need a warrant. How insane is that? To them, it's insane. No problem. But they've been spying on the American people since the turn of the century. CIA, FBI, NSA. Been spying on the American people since the turn of the century. Since the turn of the 20th century. Because the elite wants to know, and they want control. Always have been, always have tried. Because they're afraid of they're paranoid. They're paranoid. Very paranoid on what's going on. Very paranoid. Now, as technology has evolved over the last few decades, there's ways of knowing what people are doing, what is said, what's been done, what's going on. It's going to continuously happen for years. It ain't going to stop, no matter how many lawsuits you throw out or what. It will still happen. And there will be a big tug of war over privacy and security and information. As long as we got these little devices here, I mean, we could surf the web privately, anonymously. We could the thing is, they're still going to fight to know everything about you through your device. But there's ways of doing it. They can write a code. They got codes for each device, and if they wanted to, all I gotta do is turn on the camera, turn on the microphone, voila. And voila. It will be a tug of war over information for a very, very long time. God damn it. Now the question is, what is the possibility, and what is the of this being a civil war? Because I'm so sick of this shit. Over time, back in the day, the feds did footwork. They would go to the phone company and tap your phone line, or they'll go to a mail to the U.S. mail service, and they would check your mail, check your trash, because they're so intrigued on who you are. Want to know who you are. Are you an anti-war activist? Are you a radicalized person? Are you a threat to the government? The country, meaning, when they say to the country, it means government. Are you a threat to society? It means people. Now, at this point here, you gotta understand, wiretapping is another part of technology. Different ways to do it. Different ways to do it. They could take a van and surveil you if you're a protester. I mean, protesting is part of the First Amendment. Your right to peacefully protest. See, even though it's in the Constitution, your right to peacefully protest peacefully and whatnot, they will still look at you. They will still investigate you. You can be under surveillance for years without knowing that you were under surveillance for this many years amount of time. And now, if you're a protester, now they got this little box called the Stingray, and law enforcement would use undercover, and they would use a thing called the Stingray, and it will be in a vehicle, a black vehicle, whether it's a pickup truck, where they put Stingray in the back, or a black van with tinted windows. A white van will be too obvious. Too obvious. Now, they might use a white van to be obvious. Too obvious? I mean, tinted windows? The narcs use white vans. Narcs use white vans. And vans with no windows. That's a narc's vehicle. If you're a narc, you'd be driving a white van with no windows. Or a black van with no windows. Now, if you were undercover doing undercover work, you'd be driving either a black or white van with tinted windows, where you can see out and nobody can see in. At all. At all. I mean, there were, when the Stingray was introduced in a very sneaky way, you can buy any vehicle. But all of a sudden, you see your phone is losing battery life, as well as your Wi-Fi is, your phone is pointing somewhere else, and your battery life is going away. See, now it's very obvious that departments can no longer fool the people, cannot fool anybody anymore. And this is what pisses them off, is that nobody's fooled. Undercover can be easily made like that. Oh, yeah. But if you're driving, if you're protesting, and you drive through a protest, and all of a sudden you stop by a certain vehicle, all of a sudden you realize your battery life is dying, but your battery life is shrinking. You realize, but the device that's doing it is siphoning up information about you. That's why there's apps like, where's it at? That's why there's apps called Sting Watch. Let's see here. Damn it. See? Sting Watch. Very crafty people are creating apps to detect stingrays. But law enforcement is saying, well, our new stingray can pretty much outsmart a stingray detector, which is essentially bullshit. Because it doesn't matter if it's new or old stingray, we can easily detect the stingrays, no problem. Snip Stitch, Sting Watch, and others. And AimSight, another one. So if you're in law enforcement and you enjoy using the stingray so fucking much, and you claim, well, our new stingray can outsmart these detectors. Oh, how much you're such how so you're such full of shit. Oh. See, law enforcement love these toys. Law enforcement love these new toys because they know they know for a fact they could get away using these devices. We didn't use any such device. Are you sure? Because are you sure? See, cops, when it comes to the stingray, they like to be arrogant. So they give up that little conniving grin. Oh, yeah, conniving grin. Like, yeah, we gotcha. Really, we got you. Okay, guys, this is where we cut it here. And if you're new to the channel, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment below. And don't forget to hit the bell for notification on future videos to come. This is good old Grandmaster Revan here, signing off. And you just watched the Anonymous Liberty Media, brought to you by the Worldwide Resistance Network, also known as TWWRN. And remember, knowledge is free. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Peace out, Revan out.